now is it endgame, or at least the starting of an endgame for Mehul Choksi? We are talking about an approximately 14,000 crore rupees PNB bank loan fraud case. Mehul Choksi and his nephew, another top businessman Nirav Modi, have been wanted by the Indian authorities for years now. Choksi and Nirav Modi duo allegedly defrauded the PNB of 14,000 crore rupees. They kept taking loans, asking, of course, that they'll be paying it back, but that didn't happen. Choksi siphoned off eventually about approximately 13,500 crore rupees over the years. How did he manage that? Fraudulent letters of undertaking, all sorts of fake documents that were submitted to the bank as well. When the FIR was about to be lodged against him in 2018, Mehul Choksi fled India with Nirav Modi. This happened in January 2018. And we are talking about approximately over 6-7 years later that he's possibly, now that he's arrested, could be brought back as well. He's a fugitive diamond merchant, owner of the Geetanjali Group, owns about 4,000 retail jewelry firms in India. And all of that, remember, comes across to not just defrauding the bank. As our colleagues have been pointing out, did he defraud the customers as well who trusted him with the value of the diamond jewelry they were buying, which possibly were fake? Chetan Bhutani, our associate editor from Business Today Television, joining me. Chetan, while the case has been from 2018 because that's when he fled, but the modus operandi was before that, from 2011. Tell us more about that. Let's just jog the memory of our viewer right now watching about what this case truly is about.
Well, Pooja, between 2011 to 2017, the duo, Nirav Modi and Mehul Choksi, both started taking letter of credits, letter of understandings, and foreign letter of credits. There are two elements to it. Letter of credits and foreign letter of credits that they both started taking from the PNB branch in Brady House in Mumbai. Well, these financial instruments were issued without proper collateral or documentation, in which they started bribing PNB officials to not register in the books of Punjab National Bank for over the years. In fact, these LOUs were now then taken abroad. It was shown to the overseas banks by the duo and, of course, their team. And when they got the loans, they siphoned it off for the personal use. And instead of giving it to the business, they started siphoning off. Until 2018, Punjab National Bank actually did not know about this loophole called the SWIFT loophole that the CBI in its charge sheet has also mentioned that the Punjab National Bank officials were actually using and exploiting the loophole for the benefit of the duo. In fact, the CBI and the ED firms also estimated the defraud of about 6,800 crore rupees from the Modis and Choksis to the tune of about 6,400 crore rupees. So clearly, in 2018, when, of course, the foreign letter of credits and the LOUs, letter of credits and the foreign letter of credits were supposed to be renewed and the money wasn't paid back, Punjab National Bank actually had to go to the CBI to file an FIR and understand what's really happening, because it was a clear case of fraud. And over the years, when the books were examined by the CBI and the relevant auditory authorities, it was found that from 2011 to 2017, they have been exploiting that loophole of SWIFT transaction, bribing with the PNB bank officials, in fact, defrauding a consortium of 28 banks. In fact, because remember, Punjab National Bank is the most credible bank and the most oldest bank. So if you show that letter of credit or that foreign letter of credit to any bank in India, you will automatically have that credibility.
So take a reference point from what happened with the PNB. If PNB was giving loans, why can't other banks do it? Incredible amount of fraud with regard to bank and customers that was done. Shashank, so I take the final question to you. Do we see this in many ways a certain victory to begin with for India, for its diplomatic channels, for its legal paperwork, and I am also talking about the investigators here, officials on the ground who were tracking consistently from Antigua, Dominica, then now to Belgium, possibly to Switzerland, all of that to consistently be in touch with the authorities, Shashank?
Absolutely. And I have to, build off a point that Munish was making, in terms of how the strength of the diplomatic relationship now and the quality of Indian diplomats will now really come into play and into the spotlight in the process moving forward. Because, we've had between the two countries, India and Belgium, a fairly close relationship. I mean, just last month, you had a member of the Belgian royal family, the Deputy Prime Minister, the Minister for Foreign Affairs, the Minister for Defense, also in town in India visiting. They met Prime Minister Modi, they met Foreign Minister Jaishankar, they met with Defense Minister Rajnath Singh. So the relationship as such is coming off a high at this point in time. So we have every reason to expect that there will be a strong diplomatic push from the Indian side to capitalize on that high in the bilateral relationship, to continue to show that Indian diplomacy will be effective both in Antigua, Dominica, and all parts of the world to really ensure the return of these fugitive businessmen.
That's a good point you're making, because remember, all of these visits, interactions, and the kind of different channels are spread out, trying to approach, whether it's the court, it's diplomacy, it's back channel talks, all of that has been put in place. But friends, it's just the beginning. Mehul Choksi needs to return. He needs to face the law and the money to be returned to the bank. Thank you very much for now. Chetan Bhutani, Shashank Mattu, Munish Pandey. Big news coming in. Mehul Choksi has been arrested. A political showdown may possibly erupt. The BJP already claiming victory of how the Modi government has been going after these criminals. What will the opposition say now?